Did I just change the name of my YouTube channel here to the Randy Kirk Good News Podcast? That's how I feel about life and about today, especially as we have the good news. Good news, Charlie Kirk's killer is in custody. And then we have this other good news. Tesla is just as much away from being at 400 with another huge day to day. And then this is going to be like way down on the list, I guess, compared to those two. But the president has made a very good decision about where to go next with his National Guard. I'll talk about that later. Hey, as we've been predicting for a very, very long time, that once Tesla broke through 360, the coast was clear to 400. In one pundit's view, there might be some resistance around 386, but get used to the idea of Tesla's stock being called with a 4 in front of it instead of a 3. That is coming up shortly. We are sitting at 386.95 right now, so we'll see if we can actually bust through and stay above 386 for the weekend. That would be a pretty good deal. I continue to believe that this rally is the pent-up response to the multiple catalysts that have happened over the past few weeks and have not gotten any response. We got clarity, around how many units are going to be shipped this month. That was a kind of a surprise. I've been reporting on the clarity that I think we should have about the deployments on the energy side that are going to happen on October 2nd. Those were just additional pushes, additional reasons. And then we got another reality, which is that the Fed is going to cut rates next week, which is always good for autos. We'll talk about that later today. And the combination just finally, the pressure cooker, blah, 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 the steam was coming out and it just had to go. There was just no place left. The stock had to finally respond. I know that I am, was, 2 months too early, but it just had to happen. CNBC says this morning. Dan Nathan highlighted a bearish to bullish reversal in Tesla's chart patterns, suggesting the stock had bottomed out and is poised for an upside. Boy, his timing was pretty good. He expressed optimism about Tesla's EV business recovering, pointing to technical indications like recent price action and momentum shifts as evidence that the EV business is back. That makes a significant flip for Nathan, a longtime Tesla skeptic who now likes Tesla here and selected it for his final trade recommendation for the day. Now, that was yesterday morning, I think. Yeah, before it started up. So maybe he was also part of the reason. You can watch that full clip on CNBC's website, or you can YouTube for the exact dialogue. But that was the basic concept of what he had to say. Investing.com says that TD Cowen has reiterated its buy rating on Tesla with a price target of 374. Well, TD, you got to change that one now following a sell-side call with the special committee of the Tesla board. So he got a special sell-side call with the special committee. The stock currently trading at 368. Well, that's old news. So, the investment firm indicated it gained a clearer understanding of the CEO compensation proposal outlined in the company's proxy statement, which includes specific product milestones. TD Cowen noted that Tesla's product milestones appear well aligned with the firm's thesis on the company, increasing the confidence in Tesla's long-term trajectory. The 4 product goals in the proxy provide insights into Tesla's long-term strategic priorities, with TD Cowen estimating these goals would align with the first 2 EBITDA milestones of $50 billion and $80 billion. My gosh, he must have been listening to the pod all this week. The firm's working assumptions suggest that product goals could be achieved around 2030, with Tesla's 10-year plan remaining EBITDA milestones up to $400 billion that's $400 billion per year in earnings, reflecting the company's scalability ambitions. That's $400 billion a year of earnings. You realize that this would be double the most that any company has ever made in a year. In other recent news, Tesla is unveiled a new compensation package for Elon Musk that could potentially be worth up to $1 trillion if specific performance milestones were met. The ambitious plan ties Musk's compensation to achieving that $8.5 trillion market capitalization, a significant increase from Tesla's current valuation around 1.2 something now. Let's see, just for fun, let's check that out. Let's see what the valuation is right now. We're now at 1.24, 1.25. All right. Analysts have weighed in on this development, with Cantor Fitzgerald reiterating its overweight rating and maintaining a price target of 355. Old news. Baird has kept its neutral rating 320 price target, and Stifel is at 440, a little more realistic. William Blair, on the other hand, reiterated the market perform. And he's going to have to change his mind too. Additionally, Tesla's board of directors has approved updated indemnification agreements for its directors and executive officers, ensuring full coverage under Texas law. Barron says Tesla stock has more room to run. According to one technical stock market analyst, the move comes after the Tesla stock added 6% on Thursday. And what percent is that today? Today is 4.7 right now. And helped in part by inline inflation data that solidified investors' belief that rate cuts are coming. So that's one of the reasons. Auto companies like lower rates because they're generally financed. Shares of General Motors and Ford also rose 2.4 and 3% respectively on Thursday. Tesla shares notched their highest close since February on Thursday, leaving investors wondering what is coming next. Well, what's coming next is 500. And then if Elon unleashes robotaxi, that's what we got to do. We got to unleash robotaxi. Unleashing means no safety driver. It means more than 500 cars, more than one city. Those three things. That's all we need. We're at 1,000. All right. That's my opinion. Tesla broke out of its short-term trading pattern in August, which targeted a trading level near 384, said Will Tamplin. There's their 384 number, a senior technical analyst at Fair Lead Strategies. We think this level will be reached soon. He was right, since short-term momentum is accelerating with Thursday's move. He sees another 4 to 5% in this recent rally. Well, he's right there too. Tamplin isn't making a fundamental call on Tesla stock, though. Technical analysts use stock charts and market history, not fundamentals. We have 24/7 gives the next 4 years of their projections, and they come out at $297 billion in earnings $297 billion in revenues in 2030. I think it's going to be $297 billion in earnings or more. Gary Black, he's decided to miss out on this rally, and he's decided to miss out on the future rallies because he's going to wait. He says this morning he's going to wait until it gets to his buy point, which is under 300, I think like 278 or something. So Gary, you're going to be waiting a very long time for that. A quick note, I had started to think that Chris Cuomo had been red-pilled after several of his recent posts had sounded pretty good. He sounded like he was getting a brain. But he just said this. Chris Cuomo, this is according to Mario Nawfal. Chris Cuomo called Elon a morally bankrupt person. A morally bankrupt person, Elon Musk, who casually said he wouldn't be surprised now. This is Chris Cuomo says he wouldn't be surprised if Elon were murdered for his views. Then, without irony, he ranted about division and hate. The reason for his rant, Elon said the left had become the party of murder. Cuomo's response will basically, Elon says, by implying that I might be, this is what Elon's actual post was, by implying that I might be murdered by the radical left, Cuomo is exactly proving my point. It's like, these people, I mean, come on. This is Randy Kirk. That's all I'm going to say. Republican mega donor Larry Ellison and his son are about to control CBS News. They are now also acquiring CNN. are trying to acquire CNN. Larry Ellison is also one of Elon Musk's best friends and investor in Tesla Next, so maybe Elon won't have to buy the television company. Larry Ellison will take care of that side of it. Discover, the potential acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. I think that's done. Oh, no, that's still in the works. And that's supported by a CNBC report and 33% stock surge, signaling a major shift in media ownership that can consolidate entertainment giants, as evidenced by Wall Street Journal's coverage of the prior merger talks in 2023. Larry Ellison's involvement, giving his shift from a centrist Democrat to a major GOP donor, is a wonderful thing. Elon Musk and investments in X, aligning with Elon Musk and his investment in X. All right. I am going to start giving you the Truflation daily numbers again. Remember yesterday I said I was a little confused about how they were getting their numbers. Okay, so I did what everybody should do. I asked Grok. So here we go. Truflation's real-time inflation indicator index. So this is how you can use it. You don't need I know I shouldn't say this. You don't need me to go check out Truflation. And sometimes you might want to really go through their entire site and look at the commodity stuff. I mean, they have so much material there. Truflation's real-time inflation index, as displayed on their daily charts and their public updates, tracks ongoing year-over-year U.S. CPI changes using a proprietary methodology that aggregates, are you ready? Aggregates over 11 million daily price data points across 12 major categories. This index updates continuously with fresh data from sources like web scraping, APIs, market feeds, aiming to provide a forward-looking true measure of current inflation, a true measure, an actual measure, as opposed to the Fed's stupid measures, where 33% of the stuff that they're saying right now on this last report is made up. It's guessed at. And I'm not making that up. They said that themselves. As of around September 12th, 2025, this real-time year-over-year figure is approximately 2.04, with daily readings fluctuating around 2% or lower, which it is this morning, reflecting recent declines in key areas like energy and goods prices. This is even with the tariffs. This approach allows Truflation to claim 99.97% accuracy in forecasting official figures, but positions their index as more timely and comprehensive than government metrics, and the government needs to just say, hey, we'll take your numbers. In contrast, the September 10, 2025 blog post that I was referring to yesterday provides a preview of their in-depth monthly report focusing on forecasting the official Bureau of Labor Statistics release for August 2025, and they were right on. Here, Truflation estimates that BLS would come in closer to 3%, about 2.9, based on the model that emulates the BLS methodology rather than their own real-time index. The BLS CPI relies on monthly surveys of a smaller database, around 90,000 items, fixed weights updated periodically, and lagging collection processes, which can result in higher readings during transitional periods. Truflation arrives at this estimate by taking their numbers and then fixing them based on CPI. So there you go. There's the two differences. So I'm going to go ahead and give those daily numbers as the real numbers. From time to time, I'll remind you that that's what they are. And I think this is good that we get the real inflation numbers and then the CPI. And then once a month, we'll get CPI's fake numbers, which the market will respond to instead of Truflation, which is stupid. Although maybe we'll start seeing more and more people paying attention to Truflation. Breaking news, the consumer sentiment index moved down less than 3 index points in early September. This month's easing in economic views were particularly strong among lower and middle income consumers. Buying conditions for durables improved while all other indice components fell. Consumers continue to note multiple vulnerabilities in the economy, with rising risk to business conditions, labor markets, and inflation. Likewise, consumers perceive risks to their pocketbooks as well. Current and expected personal finances both eased about 8%. 8%. Trade policies remain highly salient to consumers, with about 60% of consumers providing unprompted comments about tariffs during interviews. Little change from last month. Still, sentiment remained above April and above May readings immediately after the initial announcements of reciprocal tariffs tanked all the consumer feelings. Their feelings got hurt by the tariffs. And we also have this massive, now remember, this Michigan survey, I don't have a lot of confidence in it. I'm reporting it to you because the market does pay attention to it. All right, their year ahead inflation expectations held steady at 4.8, which nobody thinks is true. No economist, not the Fed, not anybody. Unchanged from August. Long run inflation expectations goes up to 3.9, which nobody believes is true. And the current reading is considerably lower, though, than the 4.4 that they were showing in April. As mentioned earlier in my commentary, the President of the United States, a little bit of political news here. The President of the United States has decided to go not to Chicago next. He's going to leave Chicago alone. They don't want him. Okay, fine. He's going to go to Memphis. He's got a Republican governor. He's going to Memphis. He's going to clean up Memphis. All the Democrats said, "Why don't you go to Memphis? It's worse than Chicago." Okay. So I think this is a really, really smart, incredibly smart political move. He goes to Memphis, cleans up Memphis. Everybody shuts up the crowds. I mean, they probably won't shut up because they're dumb, but the reality will be they will be shut up. The President of the United States numbers this morning are at 48% approval. And the latest estimate, the estimate changed at the Atlanta Fed. Atlanta Fed went up from 3.0 to 3.1. And the next reading is next Tuesday. That won't probably be reported until Wednesday. Okay, let's see if Tesla is still going. Oh my gosh, we're at 391. Will we hit 400 today? I mean, everybody said that after 360, and I've been saying after 360, there's just no resistance at all. That's how much I pay attention to the technicals. That's how I made all my money in 1991 was teeny tiny technical analysis. And I can read the charts well enough to see there's no resistance up to 400. And the only reason there's a resistance at 400 is because it's a round number deal. Okay. So anyway, Tesla at 391.34, up 611 today. The Dow Jones down 0.31. The NASDAQ up 0.31, probably 100% because of Tesla. S&P is up 0.03. So all of those are flat, flat, flat. Magnificent Seven, Apple has finally rebounded from being down on its new product release, which apparently wasn't well received, but you know how those go. The rest, actually, we've got NVIDIA up a teeny bit, Microsoft up a bit. The rest are down. The VIX is nicely positioned right now at 1470, under 15. And we've got the Cathie Woods this morning are all down. Why? Yeah, you got it right. Yes. Although actually 𝐼𝐸 is up, but that's probably because of Tesla being up so much. You would think 𝐼𝐸 would be up, but it's not. Because guess what? Yes, bond yields are up this morning, at least last time I checked. Let's see if that has continued to be true. And they are up 5.3 basis points, back up to 4.064. That's very sad. And so I don't think I'm going to get my 3 handle this morning, but maybe next week. I'm still saying 3 handle is coming, probably next week. After the Fed does, if the Fed drops 25, I'm pretty sure we get to the 3 handle. If they drop 50, we definitely get the 3 handle. We've got oil up this morning, $1.07, 63.44. Natural gas up 1.77%, under $3 though, again at 298. We've got gold up again, hovers near all-time high, up 18 at 3,691. Silver up 1.38 at 42.73. That might be an all-time high. And copper, $4.60. That is holding in pretty high. The dollar regained some ground, but it's kind of mixed in my opinion, what I'm seeing. And Bitcoin up 811 today, 115,236. And those are your numbers for today. So this is going to be a fun day today. I'm going to do 2 to 3 videos this afternoon, and then I got to decide who to put on tonight. So I don't know for sure. But Larry Goldberg, you can count on that around 4 o'clock. And then it'll be either Brian Wong, Phil Beisel, or Sir Basher. And I don't know which. And who knows? There could be a shock or a surprise. There could be something that I don't know is going to happen between now and then that would cause me to get somebody else. But those 3, with Friday, Saturday morning, and either Saturday or Sunday morning, those 3 will be part of your weekend activities that you need to line up. You need to plan for those 3 phenomenal shows over the weekend. All right, let's see. And like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And oh yeah, last night, yeah, okay. Last night, Sir Basher, of course. But you all watched Sir Basher by the thousands, I don't know if it got over 10,000 or not, but thousands and thousands watched CERN. But man, you really, really liked the Bradford Ferguson video. I will put both of those up right here. It has been great, as always, talking to you.